Hello there, CryptoQ Media. I'm glad you decided to come back to my channel. Over time, I am able to make out the bigger picture of the cryptocurrency market, the aggregate performance of altcoins, and XRP's performance in particular, and I am becoming more convinced that this is a bull market. Spectacular price swings are practically certain, in my opinion, in the not-too-distant future. From the perspective of XRP chart analysts, here are 5 points. One of them claims that XRP must crash today, and while that may be true, nothing is permanent. For instance, a stock or cryptocurrency may appear steady for a long time, but it doesn't guarantee it actually will. Having said that, none disputes the fact that it will not and cannot. Still, one expert is adamant that it will eventually fail, and he even provides a specific date. In the video, I'll show you the results of an additional analyst who asserts without providing evidence that 3 metrics, when they reached a certain point in the past, caused XRP's price to surge 600%. A 600-fold increase, you read it right. What he really means is that right now, with these particular numbers, you can do whatever you like with them. Even if your pie is expanding, that doesn't mean the multiplier effect will remain constant from cycle to cycle. It is reasonable to assume that it will be somewhat lower. However, it doesn't matter. If our forecasts about XRP's sustainability pan out, there's a fantastic chance to get rich quick with this coin, particularly given its present worth is so little in comparison to its future potential. Given my lack of training and expertise in the subject, I will not be offering any financial advice. Before we go any farther, I hope you grasp this. Regardless of my warnings, you should never risk your money. All I am is a YouTube video maker and crypto enthusiast. However, it should be done just for amusement. On top of that, just for fun. I will be taping this video on Friday, July 26, 2024, at 6:15 p.m. Central Time. The current price of Bitcoin is 67,938 while XRP is little over 60 cents. The crypto fear and greed score has recently increased, which is positive, reaching 68 out of 100. Once again, we find ourselves immersed in the greed updates for the next 45 minutes. You must remain motionless for the camera to capture what happens. It evolves daily, but that will be its own video. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a little higher now than it was 24 hours ago, given the recent upswing in price activity. In fact, I would love it if that were the case. The events over the last several days are equally remarkable. Overall, the stock market has been underwhelming. Even Russell could only manage a mild case of insanity. Nevertheless, today's stock market performance was positive. Not to mention how important this is, stocks, and particularly smaller equities, have historically grown throughout alternative stock markets, as any market watcher worth their salt can tell you. Among 2,000 small-cap corporations, the Russell 2000 serves as a benchmark. Looking at the stock market and firms like Nvidia, who are members of the so-called Magnificent Seven, can help you understand why the S&P 500 has been rising recently. And it's packed tight. That is to say, you should be cautious with some assets and more adventurous with others. Now that we've seen Bitcoin's meteoric increase, we want to see a similar pattern with a few of other cryptocurrencies. The small cap equities that make up the Russell 2000 can be fairly compared to the large cap stocks. Solana has already gone completely bonkers on the cycle, and BNB hit a new record high. Despite a general upward tendency, it is reasonable to assume that the majority of coins have not been growing in value. Bitcoin, along with a small number of other cryptocurrencies, has been seeing explosive price growth recently. the crypto world follows the same pattern. It is prudent to compare them because of the risk they provide to assets, which is why they should be treated equally. The stock market and cryptocurrency are both examples of asset classes where the riskier you go, the farther out you go on the risk curve you go. Is it your goal to track a desire for a particular food? It is great news that we have been making headway in that direction. Actually, today the DJIA increased by 1.67%. Although I did check it out, the fact that I did not have a pull-up for this video is irrelevant. But I set my sights on the Dow and the S&P 500. After reviewing the most current Nasdaq 100 index, the Russell 2000 emerged victorious with a gain of 1.67%. Seeing this made me happy. This 1-month chart clearly shows that it has been roaring as of late, and that its ascent has not been perfectly linear. Believe me when I tell that acting on impulse can have positive outcomes, but that might not be what you're hoping for. Although it's heartening to witness progress in this direction, it's crucial to bear in mind that unbridled enthusiasm could result in irreversible downward price movements. I thought it was worth mentioning. In a recent piece, chart expert Javan Marks delves into the topic of Bitcoin's surprising return to a pattern that triggered a massive 200% gain. Marks argues that once this pattern is broken, another huge increase may be imminent. Marks suggested in an unrelated post that Bitcoin might potentially reach the crucial 116,000 mark once this trend is broken. So, I get the impression that this is only the start of the festivities, but I suppose we'll find out. The interesting thing is that many large-cap companies would still be rescued to a comparable extent even if Bitcoin's party were to come to a stop. The Russell 2000 and alternative cryptocurrencies might still have space to expand, so there's hope for the future even if that does occur. After all, our transformational wealth will be generated there if that comes to fruition. I would venture to suggest that most, if not all, of you are not counting on Bitcoin to drastically improve your lives, at least not during this market cycle. On that, I am willing to place a bet. Our desired outcome is still within the realm of possibility. Once Bitcoin breaks 72,000, this post by crypto chart guru Michael claims it should go straight to 100,000. Such instances are many in that history within a matter of weeks, my friends. A person goes through agonizing agony for weeks, months, or even years once crypto fails, since everything just vanishes. Just when you thought it was going to be impossible, it becomes second nature. However, a substantial amount of time passes, in reality. Along with those massive motions, it soars. Those really do happen quickly. They tend to follow through on their promises. Major shifts have occurred in the Bitcoin market cycle. Consequently, I would not be surprised if that happens. However, the prospect of seeing it with XRP and my other altcoins is even more exciting to me. But take a look at this. Since reaching its prior all-time high, XRP has been undergoing consolidation for the past, 6.5 years. So, check this out. This post was made by Crypto Michael. The 7-year pennant resistance is about to be broken, XRP says. In addition, I feel compelled to remark that I have encountered many chart analysts who have nearly voiced the same opinion as mine. The cherry on top is that they have somewhat different line drawing styles. They appear to have reached a consensus that August, September, October, or November, the exact month doesn't matter, is the peak when they draw their symmetrical triangles. On top of that, they lengthened it by 7 years. Very nicely. However, they can all agree that this monster has not been coming together from any one source. The consolidation of XRP in this range, as I mentioned at the start of the video, will not persist indefinitely. This has persisted for X number of years, and as I've said before, it will break higher or lower at some point. It will be negligible when seen in the grand scheme of things. Either we are right or we are wrong. Taking a break is fine with me. Maybe it will be zero one day. That seems very implausible to me. If this market cycle continues, we could see XRP reach a new all-time high price. However, the market can't stay motionless forever. XRP will act, and someone has to. Sure, when exactly is everything set to happen? How long till it succeeds? In spite of this difficulty, click the subscribe button and then tell me what you think when you're done.